Good afternoon, everybody. It's so lovely to see you today, this afternoon, Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time with us today, it's great to see you. If you're an OG, it's wonderful to have you back. We're shaking things up a little bit today, and instead of our usual format, we will be spending some time with Kadeen Desir, having a short Q&A with her this afternoon because having been with us for 5 months now as a Skillbridge intern, Kadeen is leaving us this Friday. And we thought it would be extra special to be able to have a really candid, open, transparent conversation with her to find out the highs, the lows, and everything else when it comes to Skillbridge internships. I'm really excited about this because she hasn't seen the questions already, and that's a genuine, she hasn't seen the questions already. So we are absolutely putting her on the spot. But like the greatest of intentions and the greatest plans, we've had some tech issues this morning. So Kadeen is coming to us live from a phone rather than a laptop and with some headphones in where the sound isn't the best. So listen well. And we really didn't want to cancel this because we were so looking forward to having that conversation with her. If you're with us, drop your name in the comments, say hi. If you've been here before, let us know. What we really want to find out from you today is whether you are looking for a permanent position or a Skillbridge internship. Where you're located and what sort of role that you're looking for. Hey, Amber, Mike, Richard, Edward. Oh my gosh, it's so lovely to see so many of you already in the chat. Joseph, Shanta, Graciela, Jacob, Jake. Yes, I know that you've been working closely with Kadeen over this time. We are here today to really support you. We like to share our information, our encouragement, our advice, as well as talking through the newest roles that we have, Skillbridge opportunities and direct hire positions, so that you can see what we've got available and what may be of relevance and of interest to you. Make sure, like as I'm talking, that you are introducing yourself. And the reason why we ask for all of this information from you is because we genuinely use it. We then mine all of your comments after these LinkedIn Lives. We take the common themes, be it location, career field, skill set, and that is the information that we use to then go to our new partners in corporate America to endeavor to reach those communities and get the roles that we think that you would be interested in. So without further ado, let me introduce myself. I'm Lucy Robinson. I head up the recruiting team here at HireMilitary. I'm an active duty Air Force spouse, and I am currently coming to you from the interior of Alaska, where it is definitely summer these days. How about you, Kate?
Well, hello, and thanks, Lucy, for the introduction there. I'm Kate Wood. I'm one of the recruiters here at HireMilitary, Army vet and Army spouse. My husband's still in active duty. I live as far away as you possibly can from Lucy, still being in the continental United States. I'm in Northwest Florida, so drastically different, but really excited to be with everyone today. Excited to celebrate Kadeen. It's been fantastic having you on the team. And just excited to get into it today with everyone and share more roles for our community. Thanks, Lucy.
What about you, Matt?
So I'm Matt. I'm one of the recruiters here with HireMilitary, a Marine Corps veteran. I just relocated up to Johnson City, Tennessee. So I've just been getting situated in my new house, discovering all the joys of home ownership and all of the wonderful trips to Lowe's and Home Depot and all that good stuff. They know my vehicle. They know when I'm coming. So it's great to be here. I was a Skillbridge intern with HireMilitary at one point and got hired on at the end of this. So we put our money where our mouth is, and we truly value helping veterans find employment. We have a lot of great partners and a lot of great opportunities to share today. We're pretty excited to do it every day.
We are excited. And look at the locations. We've got Colorado Springs. We've got Boston. Hey, Zachary. I've spoken to you before. Vincenzo, Des Moines. From Vincenzo, Italy. Dallas, Fort Worth. Hey, Dion. Kadeen, I haven't given you the opportunity to introduce yourself, but I'm going to do that now. And then we are going to go straight into my killer questions. So for the very last time, tell us about yourself.
Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. And it doesn't sound like I'm in a fishbowl, but my name is Kadeen Desir. I was a Skillbridge intern here at HireMilitary, the most amazing 5 months of my entire career. I was stationed in the Air Force for about 6 years. Recently got out to separate for family. And I've been in Denver for the last 5-6 months. It's been amazing. So I'm looking forward to answering all and every question that you guys need.
Okay, so somebody has asked already, can we explain SkillBridge? So I know that you do that every week, but for the very last time again, I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. Have at it. What is SkillBridge?
That's a great question, you guys. So think about it this way. When you're in the military, most people you've been in 4, 6, maybe 20 plus years, you're so used to just being in a military setting. It's hard to transition into corporate America or just on the outside. So SkillBridge is a program that the Department of Defense created to assist service members to transition back into the workforce, to give you credible experience in addition to giving you the opportunity to get your feet wet again. So this is only for service members that are at the last 180 days of their contract. You're able to go ahead and utilize that program. So that is SkillBridge.
Okay, so here's my very first question to you. What was your ultimate goal when you started searching for a SkillBridge internship opportunity, and why did you choose our position with HireMilitary? But before you answer that, let me share with you why we chose you, because we did have a huge application or population of applications at the same time when you came through to us. And hand on heart, honestly, we chose Kadeen because of her personality. And if I'm going to dig deeper and give you even more information, I chose her because of her smile. She engaged with me immediately. And when you met me, that was your third interview with us, because we have everybody meet, because for us, it's more about a culture fit rather than the skill set and experience. So the first thing she did when she jumped on the Teams was she had this ginormous smile, like she generally has. And I just fell in love with it, because that's the kind of person that I would love to have representing HireMilitary in the marketplace. So I've taken your glory, Kadeen. What was your goal and why did you choose us?
That is a very thought-provoking question. The best answer I could give is my goal coming out of the military was to find something I would be equally as interested in as I was in the military. So when I was in the Air Force, I was in HR. So I wanted to explore human resources post military. So whenever I was going through and seeking the multiple opportunities that's out there, I just stumbled across recruiting, right? Like, why not go into recruiting? You're able to help people find meaningful careers. And then when I came across this opportunity to intern with HireMilitary, you get to help transition and service member find their assistance as well. Like you get to do that for people like you and I wearing uniforms. So of course I had to apply. I was freaking out, Lucy. I was praying. I was like, I hope I get this opportunity. So yeah, I was very excited to explore the SkillBridge opportunity, and that was my main goal. Just being able to give back and to find something that was meaningful, not just a normal 9 to 5, but something where I had an impact. So yeah.
Thank you. And so we always ask about the sort of the objective information, but let's talk about emotions. How did you feel that very first week that you were with us? And how has that changed over time? And I mean that from the basis of coming out of the military, it's all you've ever known, to being flung out into the corporate world. How did that affect you?
Girl, I was freaking out. I was like, this is different, right? You're having to relearn everything. You're like when you're in the military, especially myself, staff sergeant, you're like the supervisor and you have everything figured out. When you start a SkillBridge, you guys, you're having to start all over again. You're starting maybe for some of you guys at the bottom, learning the trade, learning the craft, so that you can build yourself back up again. So the emotion I was feeling, I was excited, I was nervous, but all great feeling. I just poured all my emotion into that and just make it for what it was. So yeah, I think everyone would feel that way doing something a little bit different, but nervous and excited.
Nervous and excited. Okay, I can deal with that. So you've literally gone from being an active participant in searching for a role or searching for an internship to making that complete 180 switch to being a recruiter for SkillBridge internships. What was the biggest surprise to you about talent acquisition as a whole outside of the military? And consequentially, what would you love to share with other transitioning service members coming up after you?
The biggest surprise I learned is just to realize how much hiring managers actually care. Like, guys, when you go interview for a position, you may be nervous and you're so apprehensive. But whenever you're a great candidate, I'm surprised to see the extent that hiring managers will go through for the perfect ideal candidate for them. For example, Lucy, I had a candidate who was wanting a senior project manager role. He had to travel for that location, but there were some issues that came up. And just seeing how that hiring manager is going above and beyond what is necessary, people will take care of you as long as you're authentic. You know what you're bringing to the table. You can present your value to that company. If they want you, they will pursue you full mode, right? So that was one of like the huge things that I did notice. In addition to it's so important to make connections, to be able to speak to people and like make authentic, meaningful connections. That was one of the hugest things that surprised me being in talent acquisition outside of the military.
You're absolutely right, because I feel like people have this misconception that, the family feel is in the military, and then when they go out into the outside world, it's all bets are off. You're out on your own. You're out to the wolves. But that isn't necessarily the case, is it?
Not at all.
No. And I know who you're talking about, and she's one of the best, that hiring manager.
She's the best.
She is. What will you take away from your time with us?
That is such a good question. I think the number one thing, the reason why I am leaving this role, guys, is to be closer to family. My family and I are expecting a little one, so just taking some time off to bond more with my family. But outside of that, whenever I do go back into the job market, I take away the feeling of being united to a group that actually cares for you, right? Like our team is such an intimate team where every day we're caught up, even late at night we're texting each other in our little group chats, and it's just such a well-functioning, well-oiled machine. And I have to contribute that to the Lucys and the Keiths and the Ambers and Brandy and all of our amazing team members, right? Just knowing that people authentically care for you, it gives you that just that drive to keep going, even when things are busy or challenging. Just knowing what you're working for. So I will definitely want to pursue that into the next career I go into. And I'm just so appreciative for this whole experience. And guys, if I could do it over again, I definitely would. And I've spoken to some of you guys who are interviewing for this position, my position. And that's one of the main things I tell you guys. It's just so much to gain from this position. So it's been a great experience.
Yeah, I hope we've set a high bar, a high standard
Yeah.
for you for the next role, post-baby, post-paternity.
Yeah.
And finally, let's talk resumes. Can you share with everybody out there a quick 30 seconds of what not to do? And this is coming from a transitioning service member who had a resume that was very much EPR or eval related when she came into us. And I feel like you've learned an awful lot since you've been here. What would you tell your fellow brothers and sisters in the military?
Oh my gosh, guys. The amount of resumes I see that are like 15 pages long, don't do it. Abort mission, please don't do it. Have it be at least 2 pages long. If just try to make it be present. For example, if you want to go into recruiting, but you currently do project management, don't have all project management bullets, but then place that your recruiter, right? Definitely invest time and don't use the same resume for every position that you apply to. Take the time to tailor your resume. Take the time to look at the job description, right? Like the job description, if you're taking a test, is an answer key. If you go through and look at the qualification that they're looking for, think about the experience you currently have and expound on what they're looking for. I'm telling you that is the perfect way to get your foot into the door. But coming out of the military, we do have that EPR mentality where we're putting bullets, right? 500 manpower this, and I'm the officer. Please don't do that. We're going to embarrass yourself. Make it be more personal. Think about the future, where you're wanting to go, your future goals, what you've done in the past, and basically tie together. So that's what I got for you, Lucy.
Is there anything I've missed? Anything else that you would like to share with everybody?
I think transitioning can be so hard. I talk to people every day, and they're just an absolute wreck, freaking out, whether you're E8, E4, E5. The thing is, you don't know what to expect, so you get very nervous. But my number one advice to everyone who's going through the process of transitioning out of the military is, apart from networking, it's just to be calm and know that what you bring to the table is enough. Like you are enough, and you will find the right position for you. Just because 5 doors closed doesn't mean the 6th one wouldn't be for you, right? Because I had a lot of opportunities that didn't go through for me, but I found the perfect position for the perfect company, an amazing team. So the same happening for one will happen for all. So good luck to all of you in your transitioning goal. Please connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't already. And I would love to stay connected and hear all of your guys' amazing journeys.
And equally right back to our audience, if you're there from a company and you will be looking to recruit in about, 9 months to 12 months time, definitely knock on Kadine's door, because I couldn't give her a higher recommendation if I tried. She's going to leave a gaping hole in our team, and she genuinely is, I was about to say a hard act to follow. I don't even know if that's an impossible act to follow. She really is part of us, and I'm just going to miss you immensely. So thank you so much for everything that you have done. Please don't go. Please stay. So moving on, at HireMilitary, like we said, we provide DoD SkillBridge internships and permanent positions to our military population. Like Kadine said, those DoD SkillBridge internships are available to those who are transitioning out of the military and are still in the last 180 days of active duty. We have both SkillBridge opportunities and direct hire positions to share with you today. So if you hear something that you're interested in, do pop your name in the comments, say which role, and we will then drop a link to that position after this call. Or if you want to be slightly more proactive, take a look at our website, www.hiremilitary.us, and everything is on there. If you are mobile today, if you swipe across to directions, you will see that link. If you were on your laptop, if you go to the original post, it's up there too. So while we are talking roles, if you have any questions that you want to ask us in terms of the application process, resumes, interviews, if you're coming across any obstacles or challenges that you would like to have a back and forth about, please do drop them in the comments and we will do our very best to acknowledge those later on. I have a couple of SkillBridge internship opportunities that I wanted to share with you, but what I also wanted to highlight was these are very much, I'm going to share two. We have over 200. So do take a look at our careers page, because all of them are on there. You can filter by location, you can filter by career skill set, but equally, if there isn't anything there that really you feel applies to you or you're interested in, you've got two options. Pivot over to our actual direct hire, our permanent positions, and see if there's anything there that we could maneuver into a SkillBridge opportunity for you, or reach out and we will keep you updated and keep you in our pipeline. Alternatively, if you do find an opportunity yourself, we can host that for you. So don't let that be a barrier to the SkillBridge entry. We've got a field tech at a company called Xylem that we have been working with for a while. They are a global leading water tech company dedicated to solving the world's most challenging water issues. So definitely a great organization for somebody who's interested in renewable energy. But also this is for somebody who is based in and around the Columbia, Maryland area. So out of that DC metro. They are looking for 3 years previous experience in a field or shop or construction setting. In addition, we have a remote SkillBridge opportunity that we wanted to share today. This one's new. We wanted to highlight it. It is a professional services consultant, and it is with a great company, a cyber IT related company called Bits.io. If you are familiar with Splunk, they are a very similar company. They are looking for experience using regular expressions with scripting language. So basic understanding of the following languages: Python, Java, Bash, JavaScript, or SQL. And they are looking for somebody almost immediately. So if you have the ability to transition and to undertake a SkillBridge internship in the next month or so, definitely do connect with us on that one. And finally, I said I had two, but I've got three. We've got a project analyst position with another company called American Microgrid Solutions, and this one is also remote. We love the remote ones, especially on the SkillBridge side. So they are looking for somebody to come in and help compile and maintain their database, again, of available components. So their components are wind, solar, battery generators, so their energy environment again. And they're looking for somebody with a very strong interest in renewable or distributed generation. So just an interest, but you do need to make that clear on your resume. They're looking for experience with electrical systems, financial analysis, and design tools. So if that sounds like you, definitely put your name, put the job in the comments, and we will be in touch with you. Before I hand over to Kate, I know that everybody's a little bit, gosh, Lucy's been talking for a while, but we do have an opportunity in our team. Like you heard, Kadine is leaving, and we do want to backfill that position and bring somebody else on board. So if you've been interested in talent acquisition, if you think that HireMilitary might be the environment for you for your internship, definitely do get in touch. Again, drop a comment below and I will connect with you on that one. Kate, I am done. I've been talking for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It's over to you.
Thanks so much, Lucy. I've seen so many comments here. Just a couple that I want to call out quickly. A tool, hold on, we have mechanical engineering jobs coming from Matt in just a moment. So definitely stay tuned for that. And a couple people talked about finance. I have a finance role to mention in just a second as well. But first, I'd like to mention a production scheduler position. This role is in Houston, Texas. So we know we have a lot of veterans and a lot of people that transition into Texas. So here's your Texas role. We are looking for someone with 3 or more years of production scheduling experience in a manufacturing setting. They're also looking for someone that has intermediate computer skills, including ERP software. So if that sounds like you, please just type production scheduler into the chat, or like Lucy mentioned, you can find this role in all of our openings on our careers page at HireMilitary.us. The next position I have is a cybersecurity role. It is a senior cybersecurity engineer. We have 2 openings with this same company. They have one at their Beverly Hills, California location, and then one on the East Coast in New York City. So they are looking for someone with a CISSP certification or equivalent. They are a global leader in entertainment, sports, and fashion. A really big company that has a lot of great opportunities. So this is definitely a fantastic entry point for those senior cybersecurity engineers. And they're also looking for someone that has 5 or more years experience working in cybersecurity as well. So if that sounds like you can type senior cybersecurity engineer into the chat, and the lead recruiter on that role, Amber, will definitely reach out to you. And then I mentioned I had a finance role. So we have a project manager finance. This is a completely remote opportunity. I wanted to see Jose and Matthew. You mentioned interest in finance roles, so this one is for you. They are looking for someone with 10 years of financial experience. They're working to overhaul a finance project. So they really need someone with experience in the industry. They need someone with SAP S4 knowledge. I know Oracle is another popular tool, but they really need the SAP experience for this role specifically. This is a huge global brand in the IT space. Again, another really fantastic entry point into a great organization. And initially, this is going to start as a contract role, so 4 to 6 months as a contract initially, and then there definitely is opportunity for potentially coming on full-time with this company. We have multiples of this opportunity, I think, Lucy, as well, if I'm not correct. So the roles that I mentioned for y'all today were production scheduler, Houston, Texas, senior cybersecurity engineer in Beverly Hills and New York City, and then that project manager finance remote position. And again, these are open to veterans, military spouses, transitioning service members that are qualified and a great fit. So if you're interested, take a look. Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you, Kate. You are wonderful. And how about you, Matt? I know you've got a few you need to share with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Kate, thanks for looking out for a couple of those. I saw the people looking for mechanical engineers, and that's actually one of the ones I'm going to chat about today. So the first one, mechanical engineer in multiple locations, talking Indiana, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Maryland, North Carolina, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Texas, Virginia, Tennessee. It's all over the country. Looking for somebody with a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, preferably somebody with engineering training or a PE, 2 years of relevant experience in the industry. Now, those are the minimum requirements for a mechanical engineer. There is a senior mechanical engineer where you have 7+ years experience, where you actually have the EIT and the PE, a lot more experience required for that, higher salary. The really great part about this is that there is multiple types of bonuses involved. I'm talking guaranteed yearly bonuses, annual bonuses, veterans, military spouses looking to relocate, need some relocation assistance. They do offer that. And that's something that some companies are offering as a sign-on bonus to help with relocation. So those are just some great benefits that they have. The next one is environmental health and safety manager in Irvine, California. Looking for somebody with a bachelor's degree in occupational health and safety or 5 years of equivalent experience. That 5 years of equivalent experience will play a lot for those coming out of the military with that type of background, because there are a lot of folks coming out that have that occupational health and safety background. The OSHA 30 training is required, and there's a lot of familiarity needed with different types of quality management systems, environmental health and safety systems, the ISO, all those different 9000, 9001. there's a whole bunch of different ones you have to have familiarity with. Again, these are on the website where you can see all of the specifics for each one. Check them out. The last one is an industrial engineer in Augusta, Georgia. This is with a logistics company. It is growing significantly. They're opening up multiple new facilities in the Georgia area, looking for somebody with a bachelor's in industrial engineering or relevant experience. So again, if you have that experience in some type of industrial engineering, your time in the military, experience in the logistics industry is huge. And then understanding of lean principles, supply chain management. You're looking to really help them utilize spaces, especially with these new facilities that are being developed. You're going to play a huge role within the company. It's something very important to them that they want a veteran or military spouse to be a part of.
Couldn't find my unmute button there. You are wonderful. Thank you, Matt, for sharing those. I see that there's been lots of chat about mechanical engineering as you've been talking those through. So hopefully we will have some great connections after this. Yep. We've had a couple of questions, so I did want to acknowledge those today. I've seen Sydney in the chat, Sydney Ellison. I know that Nick Bird has been and Michael Stiller have been talking to you about what happens when a recruiter contacts me at a time when I can't conduct an interview. It's happened to you, Sydney, twice. From my perspective, and let me share a vulnerability with you here. When I see a candidate that I really want to meet with, I will go out of my way to find a time that works for them because they are a great candidate and I want to capture them. You're the fish, I'm the rod. I am trying to catch you. So I will go out of my way to reorganize and reschedule those. So I'm not 100% sure why that hasn't happened so far, but maybe just send a quick reminder, like just literally rising it to the top of your email inbox. I am available at these times. Really looking forward to connecting. When's good for you? So I am sorry that that's happened. The second question is from Michael. He said he's in screening for 2 positions. What does that actually mean? Great question. From our perspective and also from our client partners' perspective, screening is that first communication that we do with you. It's either a Teams call, face-to-face. We like to do Teams calls because I feel like I get an awful lot out of body language and the facial expressions from a candidate. I don't like telephone calls, or it is a telephone call where we go through the resume and we just make sure that you have exactly what we're looking for before we as the recruiters hand you or pass your resume over to the hiring manager for review. So it's kind of like that double check post application. And equally, the importance for us and the reason why we do it is because we are more than aware that often the resumes that come through to us are not hugely competitive, but the candidate is amazing. So we do it so that we can say to whoever's applied, hey, you've got absolutely everything that we know our client is looking for, but your resume doesn't instill that same level of confidence. So let's work on your resume. Let's make sure that all of the points are covered. And when somebody who knows nothing about you reads your resume, they go, oh my gosh, when can we interview this person? They are ideal. They are perfect. So that's the intent of a screen. Sometimes screens just happen sort of without you involved, and they sort of move your resume. Your resume has moved from the applied to the screen section, as in they're considering you, but they haven't made a decision whether to pass you forward or not. So I really hope that helps. I'm not sure if anybody else has had any questions in the meantime, and you guys, you're both very welcome. But I know I have a very hard stop today because we've got candidates to talk to about these roles. Kate, thank you. Matt, thank you so much. And Dean, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'm really glad that we were able to do this today. A whole lot of information that's happened. So if you didn't catch everything today, drop another note in the comment or connect with us individually by DM. And we look forward to seeing you the same time next week, 2 p.m. Eastern time here on LinkedIn HireMilitary. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.